I shall continue our section on TQM. The last when we discussed was about team approach, and we have said that team approach require consensus, require group energy, good synergy, and also the ranking system. And we also mentioned about people's involvement, team spirit, and kind of shared value. So I was giving some example about how Japanese have a consensus decision. And I have mentioned to you that my long presentation was not approved by my boss, which is Japanese boss. And my few minutes, and I was asked to stop, was approved. So the reason, as I mentioned to you, Japanese have a consensus decision. And most of the decision is not on the front side. They make the decision in the karaoke lounge. They make decision in the golf field. So whatever is in the actual presentation was just an eyewash. So Japanese have a very long history of group decision, and they are very keen on making decision not by themselves. And most of the decision they make is informal rather than formal. So in general, Japanese manager encourage their employee to make suggestions for improvement and to participate in an organization decision-making process much more than American company. They take time to create buy-in, which allow them to implement decision much faster after a decision is made. So Japanese are quite famous for team approach, and team approach is important because many of the job is not only done by individual. The next about team spirit. Then so the next about TQM is decision must based on facts. So you don't tell some Japanese that so this happened, kind of water cooler gossip. They are not interested. They are much more interested. Show me the facts. They work based on facts. So we then to know that data data is used to create knowledge, and knowledge will generate intelligence. Based on intelligence, manager and operation manager make decision. So in TQM, it has to be this way. Facts and data must be forwarded to management before things can be approved. Next is the knowledge of the tools. In TQM, even it's a philosophy, it requires tools, like a Six Sigma tools. I will cover later on another subject. Manager and worker are given statistic education to analyze data, to have certain tools to evaluate. In the past, especially in the American company, workers are not trained on this kind of tools. We will go at length later when we talk about Six Sigma tools. Things like scattered diagram, histogram, these are all static measurement. Pareto analysis, fishbone theory. There are many, we will talk about it later. So next is the supply year quality. Gone were the day when everything was just, oh, supplier supply us this defective code. So it defective part, and that is their problem. So no longer things like that happen. We are now talking so much about supplier relationship, whereby they are part and partner, and they are even taken very seriously, and more seriously than our staff, because they are the source. And as we have said before, quality must be tackled from the source. And the source is actually not from our incoming QC. In fact, there is no need to have incoming QC if they have their own QC in the supplier and you are involved in that QC. So that will minimize the step of you having an incoming QC in your factory. So supplier are given electronic means to support you, and supplier are sitting in your meeting, and some of your quality inspector would have to sit in the meeting of the supplier defective work meeting. So these are the focus. Now much more effort must be put into paying more attention with this supplier. So that is a champion. What is a champion? So you have a black belt, green belt. A champion is somebody who in charge, the very senior manager who will promote the value and the TQM principle throughout the company. So champion give training, champion monitor, champion encourage, and champion are very senior staff. This means top management are seriously involved, and that motivates the staff to create the chain. TQM require a lot of discipline, and there are changes within the staff, the worker, and the whole management team. Champion is there to support. And of course you have a green belt, you have the black belt. Most of black belt are departmental manager. When I was having my 6 Sigma hours, I'm a black belt. Means every department manager I make a black belt, and to lead the team to present to the top management on certain TQM project. And you are leading it, not micromanaging. You are leading it, but the staff are doing all the finding. In fact, the staff are doing the data cleansing to present to you. So this concept is a bit different nowadays. So as I said before, quality at source. Doing right the first time. So if you do right at the first time, things will be a bit easier and it will be cheaper, right, to make the product, because there will be less quality problem at the later stage. A later stage quality problem is very expensive compared to early stage of quality problem. So we make the worker nowadays, as we say, we empower them. Worker take the job of the QC inspector. QC, by the way, is quality management. And if they take the job of the quality inspector, right, there will be no barrier because they themselves is quality inspector. So workers are given QC inspectors responsibility, and hence they are motivated, they have better control of their quality, and they are given more power to handle quality problem at source. And you often hear Japanese worker just switch off the switch, stop the whole range of machine and tackle the source and get it done. In US company, this thing was never heard, because switching off the conveyor belt means delaying the production. But in a Japanese concept, workers are encouraged to take responsibility to switch off when they see something wrong. And if they see something is not correct, and if they do not report, that means that is a failure on the part of the worker, not the management. So managers are there to listen, but the workers are doing the job. In fact, they are the whistleblower of quality problem, since they are working at the source of the process. So next is about supplier. Supplier is a very sensitive element. When you get involved with the company, means it's an extra cost, extra time, extra effort. The key thing is that how would you want it to be? Would you want a problem to happen at a later stage, or you want a problem to happen at the earlier stage? If you feel that earlier stage is important, that means supplier relationship is very, very important. So there are what I summarize now as 3 philosophy, 5 approach, and 10 elements. This is what I just said. And often than not, many people ask me, oh, you have good things like concept of TQM. Then can you please tell me what is the criticism of TQM? There are many criticisms of TQM. There are many. But 2 important things which I need to explain is that many companies do not have a proper TQM system because they do not integrate their total system. According to Dr. Supplier, there are 4 blocks you can look into. The first is the market, we call a market reality. The second is the business strategy. The third one is the core competency of your organization. And the fourth one is organization lever. So all these 3 must work. All these 4 must work hand in hand. If they are not, that means the total quality will not work. And another criticism is that many people do the job taking care of themselves. As such, there is no team spirit. When there is no team spirit, everybody have his own, and management are doing their own job, things will not work. The last and not least is the leadership. So we have a plant field leadership, which in front of you can see, right? You have the artisan, you have the hero, you have the meddler, you have the strategism. So all these are important. As far as concerned, the leadership must be much more on the strategic leadership, leadership, rather than the others. Why? Because it must be involve your people. It must also less on routine tasks, and it must be not doing it alone. you must be working